The next chapter is about to begin. Join us live every Tuesday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the American Contractor Show. Our mission is to bring you the...
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Happy Monday morning, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our daily hail forecast. The advertisement's definitely feeling a Monday, as a couple of them didn't play. But thanks always to our sponsors, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and our Supplement and Balance Claims. You can check them out in the description below. We're back here from Hurricane Laura, back in the studio, and we have a chance for some hail this afternoon. Across central Oklahoma, of all places, here in Oklahoma City, right at the Hail Palace, we could be seeing potentially upwards of over 2-inch hail. Is it May? This is the last day of August, but we're really seeing a more of like a May forecast. Tomorrow returns some risks into the West Texas area for hail as well. Looks like we're going to see hail risks throughout the rest of this week, starting off September. And of course, we'll be watching the Atlantic. It looks like we have multiple disturbances that could end up seeing some storms form in the next week or so. We're watching that carefully. We could see another hurricane heading towards the United States the next couple of weeks. So hail forecast, that's the big focus for today. Look at this hail forecast. Looks more like something we'd see in May and not the last day of August here. Got a moderate chance from Oklahoma City down to Wichita Falls of potentially hail upwards of 2 inches diameter. That most significant areas we're most likely expecting to see some hail here, anywhere from south of Tulsa, southwest of Tulsa. I think Tulsa for the most part is going to be dry. Oklahoma City, and it's going to be a real sharp cutoff. I know it's kind of hard to tell here, but folks in El Reno could very easily see just big clouds and some thunder off to your south and east, while Oklahoma City could end up seeing some big storms. So we'll be watching this super carefully. We'll break this down for the city in just a moment. Storms might eventually meander all the way as far south as Dallas, but chances are by the time they get there, it'll be more of a wind threat and heavy rain threat over the hail threat, so low chance there. Low chance across most of Arkansas, where we are seeing a complex of storms across Missouri right now, which is making gusty winds but no hail. So we're really keeping that hail chance a lot lower here for just marginally severe hail popping up. And same said for Kansas City, where they're trend of not much hail so far seems to be continuing. And again, Tulsa, you might be just barely missing out on this, where if any hail does happen, it could get up to golf balls, but the chances of storms actually happening there is fairly low. So city forecast, I'm focusing in on just Oklahoma City here. 6 to 9 p.m. is your expected time. Upwards of 2.25 inch hail. I didn't quite go to tennis ball size, mostly because there has been some cloudiness in the area. Some showers this morning helped stabilize the atmosphere just a tiny bit compared to what could happen if we didn't have that. So a little bit smaller, 2.25 inch hail. Moderate chance of at least quarters across the Oklahoma City metro. That extends probably a little bit better chance further south towards Norman than say up towards Guthrie. And then we have, again, that moderate chance of golf ball size hail or larger for this afternoon and into the evening hours. Future radar does show all the showers moving out, and then right around 5-6 p.m. storms blowing up basically on Oklahoma County and extending south and eastward. Looks like the boundary that's going to fire off those storms again will be really close here to Oklahoma City, so we'll be watching this super carefully. We'll be here to do any live coverage if anything happens. You can follow Derek's KOCO Storm Chaser page. He'll be chasing for KOCO this afternoon and evening, so we'll be all over this to see if anything crazy happens. Do those hail dances, guys. We could see a late August storm here in Oklahoma City, fairly unusual, in an already fairly unusual year. So heading into tomorrow, we're going to see a chance for some hail again, kind of looking like May. Western Texas could see some golf ball size hail in places like Odessa, maybe even some hail as far east as St. Angelo or Abilene. A low chance right now. Looks like a lot of activity is going to happen, but the hail chances might be a little bit lower as well. So pushing that future radar, you can see, again, a lot of activity is going to be happening, but that's going to really minimize your hail chances as it's going to be a lot of heavy rain, good soaking rain for a lot of Oklahoma and Texas, but unfortunately it's going to minimize that hail potential, at least for the short term here across Texas. So with that, we're going to check into the tropics. Again, yeah, I've seen in the comments, Lake Charles, it was a utter disaster there, and thank all of you guys going out there to assist with the recovery efforts. And thankfully, in the short term, looks like nothing in the Gulf. We have two areas where it's very likely we'll see tropical depressions form in the next 5 days. Here in the Caribbean, this one looks like it will form into a tropical storm, possibly Tropical Storm Nana, and this will go into likely the Yucatan Peninsula, and if it does pop out the other side of the Gulf, it'll go into Mexico and avoid the United States. The other system here, this will likely form in the next 48 hours off the coast of North Carolina. This will avoid land entirely. Again, not a big deal. Don't have to really worry about either of these here in the United States. However, these two systems coming off of Africa, these tropical waves, this is what we have to watch and be careful of. The next 5 days, we got low chance of both of these forming. Likely one of them will form into a tropical system, and this is the time of year where if something forms here, it's going to make it all the way to the United States. So we'll be watching this super carefully all the way through the next 5, 7, 10 days. And there's that potential, of course, of anything forming. We are in peak hurricane season. And as Laura reminded all of us, it's very easy for these storms to go with the expectation of a low-end hurricane and then blow up last moment to make a much more potent hurricane. So we'll be, again, keeping all of our eyes here on the Atlantic and the tropics for the next couple of weeks as we are in peak season. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Thank you all for liking and watching and sharing, especially during our Hurricane Laura coverage. I think we had our all-time most viewed video, and it happened about 1 o'clock in the morning, so thanks for that. We will go live with any sort of activity that happens in the Oklahoma City area this evening, so make sure you hit see first on Facebook so you don't miss any of our content. That is where we primarily do a lot of our streaming, but all these other platforms are helpful as well, and you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. Any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, or if it's your first time here and you want to find out more about Hailtrace, whatever it is, you can give us a call. You can email us if you're not a big fan talking on the phone, info@hailtrace.com, or visit our website at hailtrace.com for more details. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. if we are not live, but hopefully if you guys are doing those hail dances, we will go live later on for some live coverage, possibly close to our neck of the woods here in Oklahoma City. If not, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.